This time on Woody's Garage.
I haven't started my Savage Arm since last summer. It lives outside, and I really hate that it has to live outside, but it does. I should probably sell it just for that reason. It deserves a better home. But let's see if I can get it started. It has gas from last year in it. That's good. Let's see if it goes. Remember, the choke is in or out. Let it warm up a bit. It's always been a little bit finicky with the carburetor setting, etc. That's the view. Okay, so I'm out doing the front lawn with it, and it just quits every now and then, and it just seems like it's not getting gas. The gas cap is rusty, and look at that. I think it's just not vented because that rust built up. Still don't see any hole in it. Would allow it to vent. Maybe there isn't one. Oh yes, there is, right there in the middle. Okay, turn it back on when I got it cleaned up. Okay, there's certainly evidence of vent holes. There's one. I'll spray it back. This one works better. On the side. Okay, they're open now. And I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. It just cuts out every now and then. This would be a good reason why. I have a 6 horsepower Evinrude. Looks a little better. It's a little better with its hat on. I picked this up at a yard sale for like 20 bucks about 5 or 6 years ago. And it took me a little work, but it started up and it ran really well. Then all of a sudden it would just run and then quit. Couldn't figure out what was up, kind of put it aside. It has a cork float. The cork float was pretty beat up looking, so I actually used red coat, that gas tank sealer, and sealed that up, put it back in. And I can't remember, like, did I put new points and condenser in this thing? I can't recall. I just want to see what's in the carburetor right now. And maybe even see if it'll start. Okay, this is the carb. There's a drain right down the bottom. I pulled out the screw and there's nothing in the carb, as I expected. I usually put them away dry, or try to. I'm going to hitch a gas tank up to it right now and see if gas will flow through the fuel pump right here, go into the carburetor and flow out that hole. And I just used this tank on my wheeler a moment ago out in this beautiful day. The old Evinrude 18 that I fixed earlier this year is running beautiful. Oh yeah, it's just spewing out of there. Okay, I took the plugs out. I mean, it doesn't look like it's burning bad at all. This is a lower one. Tad bit wetter, but man, those look good. Let's see if we get spark. Both cylinders seem to have a nice spark. Now, one thing when you pull off these wires, you'll notice that there's a little metal tab here. This is always for the top plug in case you get the wires screwed up. Took a few pulls. Nice burn. Get up a little cruise. Okay, we went out in the pond. It was running a little rough, but it was running. And it, just like before, all of a sudden it just conks out and you can't start it up. I'm glad I brought the oars. So, pulling out the, I think it's a low speed jet. I really don't know. Yeah, it's a slow speed. Not thinking that's going to make a difference at all, but I'm going to shoot some carb cleaner in there. There's the jet here. I might know too that the bolt that was on it was loose. Although I don't think that would really affect it, like all of a sudden like that. Now, half the reason I make these YouTube videos is so I can remember what I did to these engines. I'm almost positive I put new points and condenser in it, and they were aftermarket, and they look kind of cheesy too, I might add. And I also rebuilt the fuel pump. You know, new diaphragms, new gaskets, that kind of thing. Also know I've had this carburetor on and off several times to clean, etc. So you tell me what's wrong with it. Don't know. Compression? I don't know. Feels like it's got good compression. Let's check the spark again. Both sparking. They look a little wetter than they did before, but they're both sparking. I put the jet back in, turned it 2 turns out. I can't remember what the book said is the initial setting, but it's not running now. Always fun trying to get the spark plugs in with the waves coming in. There's the culprit. Squeezing the bulb that like comes out the overflow there. Wave action. Yeah, you work on these things in a barrel and stuff on dry land, they run great. And as soon as you put them on a boat. But the Evinrude, that thing's been running really good. Knock on wood. 1967. I'm kind of stumped. Yeah, it seems to be getting gas, and I even shot some brake cleaner in the carb, so fire on that. We're getting spark, so what's that leave? Like compression? I haven't checked the compression on it, but I'm going to pull it. It certainly feels like there's enough there for a 6 horsepower. Mysterious. Alright, the engine's cold. Both plugs are out. Read 0. We'll open the throttle up wide and give it a couple of pulls. $50. That's not very good. Try it again. Yeah, about the same. Say 55 this time. Okay, we'll try the other one. I was kind of guessing that it was a head gasket. It runs for a while, and all of a sudden it shuts down. Like it's got compression for a while to run, but suddenly when it gets warm, it doesn't want to run anymore. Hang on a sec. Well, they're consistent 50. That's pretty bad. One more time. Below 50. I'm going to try it with one plug in. Same. I thought maybe there's a, broken gasket between the two cylinders, maybe bridging it or something, but that's pretty low compression. Head gasket, rings, don't know. I ran it for about a minute. It's warm, it's not hot, and we'll see what we get for results. Lower. We're going to take the head off. Yeah, some of these are like open end wrench only, which kind of blows. Also wondering what this deal is here. Another gasket to destroy. Considering there's different size bolts for this head, I decided to make one of these deals. I always wanted to make one. You can kind of tell where they are. Yeah, it's mapped out kind of crudely. Maybe I'll make a better one later. We got it cracked. Some water's coming out. I'd love to see this gasket unmolested. Always rip it into shreds. I'm still wondering about this thing. It's not really attached. Well, it wasn't the head gasket before, it certainly is now. I can't tell if that's evidence of water being in the cylinder before I popped it, or after. I guess it's after. Passageways don't look great, but they don't look terrible. Don't know. Better look, I got the engine tipped up. The cylinders look good, I think. There's no like wiggle. No play. Let's see if I can get that head cleaned up. Take this old oily crap with a brush. I hit everything with oil. Try to get it underneath the gasket so it seeps and you can get it off in one piece. Did it to the head, to the block too. I kind of see something that might be it. Down at the bottom down there. I'm right in the sun so I can't really see. See all that white junk? I mean, that might be an indicator that that's where it was leaking. On second thought, I'm thinking like, no, this is just the lowest point and the water just sits there. And this was probably using salt water before I got it. So I'm not quite sure if that's it. But got quite a bit off. This is about as fun as cleaning a gas tank. But we'll keep at it till it's nice and clean. That's not bad for an initial clean. Look at this weird stuff in the cylinder head. Looks like gasket sealer or something. Just got kind of spilled. I did see kind of signs of some kind of rubbery material. Only a little bit though. Almost like somebody tried to patch it. Like maybe they saw a leak that I didn't see. That's not too bad. Screw the head on. Oh, for now. In case it rains, whatever, we're gonna put the hood on it. I gotta order up a head gasket. Added a little top or left on this thing so you know which way the bolts go. Okay, over now.